It's the time of the year again. Panahon na naman ang mga kwento ng mga aswang, multo at mamaw. But of course, you have to wonder, maganda nga ba ang mga pelikulang Pinoy pagdating sa mga horror films? Kaya ba nating sumabay sa mga movies kagaya ng Conjuring, Drag Me to Hell, and Paranormal Activity? Hanggang shake, rattle, and rolls na nga lang ba talaga tayo? Not that I'm saying that it's bad, pero yun ang kinalakan natin eh. I feel like when you think of Filipino movie horrors, yun ang unang-unang papasok sa isip mo. And today we'll talk about what makes a good horror film. Is it about the jump scare? Is it about the music? Is it about the special effects?
Kanto, kung wala kang tinatanggap na bagay mula sa kanila.
Welcome to today's film. Welcome to Kula, your online guide to the best and the worst Filipino movies. My name is Paul, and I will be your opinionated kapitbahay na magsasabi sa inyo kung anong magandang films to watch out for today.
Na hindi ko nga iniwan, di ba? Na-retrench nga ako. Nagsara nga yung ABS.
Sure ka dito magpapaturn yan? Baka may COVID pa yan.
Nakita ko sa labas, nagmamalimos. Naawa naman ako. Na-stranded doon nung lockdown.
Sige na, magpahinga ka na dito. Ako na bahala.
Wag! Patayin mo yan! Patayin mo yan!
A really good horror film does not rely solely on jump scares. Tapos na yung era ng mga gulatan para masabing nakakatakot yung isang film. Although hindi mo naman masisi kasi dati yun talaga yung uso. So what is a jump scare? Mapapansin ninyo, pagka i-jump scare ang mga tao sa isang film, unti-unting hihina yung music, maririnig mo yung heartbeat ng character, and then you know that there will be something jump scare. But then again, hindi na uso yun. In fact, ngayon nga mararamdaman mo at sa sobrang kilala mo na ang jump scares, alam na alam mo pag parating na siya. So what actually makes a really good horror film nowadays? It takes some really good writing, characters, direction, and most specifically, time. Bakit kamo time? Karamihan ng magagandang films are actually on a slow burn pace. It takes time to let you into the story. Kwento kagaya ng Paranormal Activity. Nagsisimula siya, pinakilala sa inyo yung mga character, nanonood ka ng mga home video nila until you actually feel like you know these people. You are immersed in their life. So when something slowly starts to happen, something different and eerie, not necessarily a jump scare, feeling mo kasama ka nila. Kasi nga, na-build up yung characterization. It used its time properly. In fact, the highlight of the Paranormal Activity was not even about the jump scares. It's you realizing that something is actually totally wrong. When you see the bite marks, kahapon naman wala siya nun. Even to the slow movement of the sheets. At yung mga misplaced objects. Slow burn. Of course, other than that, really good direction and writing. So what is bad writing for horror films? It's when the character starts saying something that is pretty obvious. Siguro bawal kong hawakan tong libro na to kasi may mga pangalan ng mga patay. Duh! Really good writing in horror films does not state the obvious. Gusto ng writer na ikaw makafigure out kung ano nangyayari on your own. Mas maganda kasi yung realization ng point A to point B, ikaw nagdugtong. To the point na sasabihin mo, shit! Bakit mo gagawin yan? Those are just some of the common techniques that people would use to make their film really good. Pero yun na nga. But when it comes to Filipino films, for some reason, marami doon ang wala sa atin. Our horror films are not really scary anymore. Then jewels like Rabid starts showing up. This film is really great. Well, specifically the first one. It's an anthology, parang Shake, Rattle, and Roll. Sa Shake, Rattle, and Roll, nasa dulo yung pinaka-nakakatakot. But for some reason, si Eric Mate iniba niya. Yung pinaka-una, yun ang pinaka-creepy. It's a story of why you should not let someone into your house, especially if you don't know them. The first installment in the Rabid anthology is called Bad Luck is a Bitch. The story began when yung nanay ng isang barangyang pamilya ay nagmagandang loob at nagpapasok ng isang matandang babae sa loob ng bahay nila. Una dapat kakain lang siya doon. But when they saw the person show up on their doorstep again, asking for money and food, syempre, nalungkot na yung nanay. This story was set in the pandemic. So, ramdam na ramdam mo yung frustration na sana makatulong ka sa tao. And because of that, pinapasok nila at pinatira muna sa bahay nila. Kasi nga pandemic, so hindi siya makapunta kahit saan. And that is when weird things started happening. Nararamdaman ng anak na merong hindi maayos tungkol dun sa babae. And then that's when, as a viewer, you start questioning your perspective too. Tama nga ba iniisip ng bata? Baka naman, akala niya lang yon. Talaga bang masama si ate? And then when things started going south, mararamdaman mo rin yung anxiety. Ang galing ng build-up. Rabid has created a sense of panic sa isang story that you could easily relate to. All characters felt familiar that when weird things started happening, you become anxious too. Eric Matty's camera works also made the movie feel claustrophobic. Parang pati ikaw ipit sa sitwasyon. The editing was great. Kahit na slow burn, hindi siya draggy. This movie was actually almost perfect. Doon lang sa dulong part, may makikita kayo doon na parang magiging si 11 siya. Yun lang yung panira, but everything else was good. I give this movie a 9 out of a 10. See you next time!
Interviewin mo, si Colonel.
Yung pala tatandaan. Mga bata tayo, nakakalaro pa natin siya. Ngayon, mahina na.
Prank ba to? Ha?
Tingnan natin kung nakakatawa rin ito.
Pare, ano ba to?
Bakit yung ginagawa to?
Dahil martial law.